Hello, I'm Bernie Hayes. Today's guest is Robert Powell, and we'll be talking all about the arts today on The Bernie Hayes Show. And welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes. My guest is Robert Powell of Portfolio. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Always good.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
Well, Portfolio. What is Portfolio?
Portfolio is a not-for-profit 501c3 arts organization founded in 1989. In fact, in January, we'll be celebrating 37 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Our mission is to educate, enrich lives, and foster a greater awareness of art created by the African American artists. Mm-hmm. Our vehicles that we use to accomplish that are classes, seminars, workshops, field trips that we try to invite the community patrons to follow the arts and participate in.
You know, when a lot of people, older Americans, well, here in St. Louis, when they hear Portfolio, they think about your brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. You know, but you were back at Powell Hall, right?
Well, we always said next door as opposed to back of.
Well, Powell Hall and Powell Portfolio right next to each other.
Right next to each other.
What was that, and how was that founded? How that particular facility, that building. Tell us how that came about.
Well, that came about through a meeting with Richard Gaddis. Richard was the first executive director there in Grand Center, and I met with him through John Nunley, who used to be at the Art Museum, introduced me to him, and I told him what I was trying to do, find a gallery space to do the mission of Portfolio. And he had me look at 2-3 buildings. I should have taken the one on the corner of Spring and Vandervenner. Is that Vandervenner? Spring, right where Cardinal Ritter is right now. Right. Mm-hmm. There used to be another building there, but it was too big in my mind just starting off. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that we were going to grow and last 37 years, as such. Mm-hmm. So finding that space next door to Powell, 3514 Delmore, I still remember. Yeah. That was home for some 27 years. And we had the opportunity to do great things there. And we certainly miss it right now. I'm at the, I don't know whether to say mercy, of other galleries to find the opportunity to continue to do exhibits and workshops and those sorts of things. But it was certainly a great space for us.
Sure. Tell us about your dedication and type of artist that you consider yourself.
I consider myself, well, I'm a self-taught artist. I backdoored into art from an industrial arts background. I was teaching industrial arts out in Oakland, California after getting out of the military. And I moved the students away from, well, not totally away from, but away from cabinet making and bookends and shelves to actually carving. I had met an artist out there and gotten smitten by that activity. And I say, as always, people repeat their successes. Mm-hmm. I entered a show, I won a contest. I was like, wow, maybe I'll keep doing this. And so after leaving teaching, leaving the military, I came to St. Louis with an idea. and that's how I met Richard Gaddis, and Grand Center was just getting off the ground then. And
I've seen some of your pieces, man. Some of your huge pieces. You know, it's just amazing how you do it, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. Well,
how did you form that skill?
Well, practice. I'm still, I'm like the doctors. I'm practicing art, and soon I'll have it down. Even though I've been doing it I started calling myself an artist in 1973. So I have not created as much as I would have liked to, because I'm blaming it on portfolio, meaning I was trying to build that and make it go. But I have a surprise for the upcoming All Colors show. I have a new piece that I've been working on, and blisters on my hands, and I forgot how tedious making art was, so it's a pretty large piece too also. Yeah.
What's the condition of black artists in the world today, especially in the St. Louis area, Robert?
Well, it depends, like anything. There are those artists who are perceived to be doing very well as individuals. I see nobody's check, so I don't know what they're selling financially. But there are some artists around town that, because they're under contract, cannot show with other galleries or can't show within a 50-mile radius, 100-mile radius of St. Louis, those kinds of things. So there are some artists out there who are really doing some great things. And you will see some of the artists in our upcoming All Colors show.
Okay, I want to talk about that, yeah.
Yeah.
To tell us, is funding and grants more available now, or is it still hard for, I'm speaking about African American, not performing arts, but the visual arts and so forth?
Well, I think it's improving, but yet it's still, a chance opportunity. You submit your grant, people look at it, they decide whether it's worthy or not, whether the organization has the credibility, those things. So I think overall it's getting better.
Okay. But it's still draconian, isn't it?
Yeah, my hope is, with regards to service to the African American and then to the broader community, is to become a member of the Zoo Museum District.
Okay.
That's where we need an African American sub-district, so that if we want to do Mill Creek, we can put that on.
Sure.
If we want to bring King Tut to St. Louis and exhibit, we can do that. A place to grow as opposed to being just by chance, Ron Himes of the Black Rep, 47 years old. That's not very old. That's not even 50 years old yet, So, if that were people, it'd be still calling him a young man, So we need to grow and have an institution that will sustain all of those cultural activities, not only the visual arts, the performing arts, those, take the whole gambit of it.
Tell me about what's coming up in Colors. Tell us about this.
All Colors.
All Colors.
I call it the first great exhibit of 2026.
Okay.
This is our 6th year doing this. We do this exhibit. It's a biannual invitational exhibit that we do every other year, biannual. And we have 40 plus artists in this year's show. They will be painters, drawings, photography, sculpture, wood, stone, mixed media, textile, quilts. we'll have a full gamut of disciplines, as well as being able to showcase the great artists from around the country. Ed Johnetta Miller from Hartford, Connecticut, a great quilter, artist doing great things in her community, and she's been one of the cornerstones here in St. Louis at ours. Manuelita Brown out of San Diego, California. She'll be presenting. She's a major sculptor there in her community, and nationally she has some national attention.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to continue this segment because there's so much more I want to ask you about before we take a break. Okay. So how can one get reservations, or do they need reservations to come? Where it's going to be shown, and when and where?
It's the exhibit, All Colors, is free and open to the public. It opens January 9th and runs through February 14th at the St. Louis Artists Guild, 12 North Jackson, Clayton, Missouri.
Okay. 12 North Jackson. Could you show us a closer proximity?
Forsyth and Jackson.
Okay, Jackson, Forsyth. Okay.
Right. It's the old famous bar store for the St. Louisans. It was never that when I got here. It was already closed. Yeah.
So that's the same place you had it last time?
Same place.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Artists Guild has allowed us to bring the show there, and we're certainly grateful for that.
How can one get information from you? More information on the show? More
information on the show, and particularly starting dates. It's on my website, Portfolio Gallery, STL.org.
Okay. Is there a phone number they can reach you?
They can also reach us at 314-265-0432.
Robert Powell, Portfolio.
Yes.
All Colors coming again.
Coming again.
On the horizon.
Yes, sir.
What dates?
January 9th through February 14th, 2026.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Okay. We'll be right back after this message from New Life Evangelistic Center.
Hey, viewers of the Bernie Hayes Show. Have you ever seen so many people as you travel around the streets of St. Louis City, St. Louis County, over in Illinois, Jefferson County, St. Charles County, that are homeless? So many out on street corners. So many people are having to sleep outside in vacant buildings. The New Life Evangelistic Center's got teams going out every day, working among those individuals, taking them hundreds of bottles of water every week, hundreds and hundreds of sandwiches. And now as winter comes upon us, we're having to get blankets and sleeping bags and tents, long underwear, even making little canned heaters. Just so many, many needs. And that's why your involvement in New Life Evangelistic Center is so very important. Please get your business involved, your church involved, and send those gifts to New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166. Or you can give online at nlecstl.org. We need your partnership at this particular time. Our teams are going out daily among the poorest of the poor, and we need your help now as we move in these winter months. Your gifts, your prayers are absolutely essential at this moment.
The New Life Evangelistic Center website. This is a phenomenal place to learn about all the different programs and services that New Life Evangelistic Center provides. It also is a great place to learn about different events that are coming up and how you can engage with those events. You can either volunteer and grow in the way that you serve homeless men and women, or you can participate in those events and grow in your participation in terms of giving and learning about all the different things that we have going on here at New Life. Another thing you can do through the website is giving either your in-kind goods by knowing where to show up and when to show up, or your gifts online. Those are a huge blessing to our ministry, and we make it as easy as possible for you to partner in that way. Another thing that you can do is download our NLEC TV app and learn about how to do that through our website. You can contact us through our website, and there are lots of different ways that this website is a tool that can help you serve people in our communities. We hope that it benefits you and helps you grow in your faith as you seek to serve and partner with New Life Evangelistic Center in ministering to the homeless men and women in our communities. Thank you, and share with your family and friends.
And welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes. This segment's guest is Darnell Malone, retired teacher and art teacher. Good Lord.
Retired.
Welcome back. How you doing?
Glad to be here.
Now, you're part of the All Colors review that Robert Powell was talking about earlier.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that. And how you became involved in it.
Well, Mr. Powell asked me if I would put pieces on exhibit, and I was more than happy to do that.
Okay.
So this is probably this might be my fourth time in the All Colors exhibit.
Well, tell us about the history of Darnell Malone.
Well, I started painting. I had a painting workshop, a 4-week painting class in 1982. That was my first time painting. And I did 16 paintings in 4 weeks.
Wow.
I seen the transition, the change they went through. One of those paintings sold in 2000, one sold in 2001. And then I started back to painting in 97, 98. And I've been in 49 exhibits. Well, this would be my 49th exhibit since 1999.
That's wonderful. How did you kind of progress?
Well, abstract art comes easy for me. You know, it's a blessing to be able to produce it. And at first, I was just getting titles and getting ideals at the same time. And I would just write those titles down. And then when I was ready to paint, I would just create the title.
Wow. From what you'd written down already.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Create
amazing.
the title, and the ideal came easy.
Wow.
It was easier to produce it.
Tell us about this piece we're looking at right now.
That's Color Vision number 4. That's from
So what's the name of it?
Color Vision number 4.
Color Vision.
Yes.
Number 4.
The first title that came to me when I produced the first piece was Color Vision. And then I called Mr. Hampton, who taught the 4-week workshop, and said, if I'm going to do a series, the first piece has images in it, a face. Does the second piece have to have a face? He said no. And so then I did Color Vision number 2. Then I did Color Vision number 3, and that's Color Vision number 4.
Tell us what are we looking here?
It's an abstract piece. I started with charcoal, came back on top of that with watercolor, came back on top of the watercolor with acrylic.
With the what?
With acrylic.
I don't know what that is.
Acrylic paint.
Oh, acrylic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Watercolor. And then I came back on top of that with acrylic paint. I was always taught to be repetitious and have movement.
Okay.
That piece has repetition and movement.
Does it take a long time for the acrylic to dry?
I use a hair dryer
Okay.
to dry it.
So you tried yourself?
No, I use a hair dryer on the painting.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you use a dryer.
Yeah.
Does that preserve it more or less?
It dries it quicker.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how I do my pieces.
Okay. Now this piece, tell us about this.
This
This was
piece
already
here-
displayed in colors at one time, right?
It was on exhibit in Clayton. This one here is Survive and Rise. No matter what you go through in life, you can survive and rise from it.
Okay.
You can see the image emerging up.
What thought process came in this beginning and to the end?
Well, a lot of people have gone through things. Some people survive and rise and some don't. But according to your faith, you can survive and rise. And I like to believe that the image at the top is giving praise.
Okay. So what are any future projects in motion right now?
Well, I just did Color Vision number 5 when I was on exhibit at the Shaw Neighborhood Art Fair. Because Powell asked me to do that one. And I'm demonstrating how I produce my art.
Okay.
And so normally I paint faster than that, but since it was in a demonstration, I took more time. Then as I was producing it, I said this would be Color Vision number 5 because the color scheme is still pretty much the same.
Okay.
Same colors, just different movements, different composition.
Is there an art community here in the area?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
It varies. You have a certain group of artists in St. Louis. You have a certain group of artists in Illinois. The best thing is to be known through all of them.
Okay.
You know, because I've been in a number of exhibits in Edwardsville. I've been on an exhibit in Kansas City through Mr. Powell. I've been on an exhibit in California. And that just came based on conversation I was having with a person who worked in California.
Okay. All right.
And you just want to get your work wherever you can get it.
Yeah. So do you mostly solicit the artwork itself? I mean, the revenue, the venue, more or less, shall I say, or do they come to you mostly?
Most of the time, I already know of the.
Okay. The planning of it?
Yeah, I know
Okay.
the gallery. A lot of them have come through Mr. Powell. And then one day I just said, I'm ready to get, I hadn't been on exhibit for a moment. I said, I'm ready to get my artwork back out there. And I went to 3 locations on Del Mar. And I knew 2 of them weren't going to work. And then I went to Compreneur Gallery, and she was so impressed with my work, she hung 4 pieces the next week.
Wow.
And she said, when I get back in town, get back in the country, I'm going to give you a solo exhibit. And she did, and that's when I presented the music box.
What's the importance of having a solo exhibit?
They're just seeing your work. They're getting to meet you. And the music box, every painting evolved around music.
Okay.
And I had 10 pieces on exhibit. And the Urban League bought music box number 4. Well, they bought music box Anthem, and I met with Mr. Buford personally. And that piece, I told him that would be great for the Urban League.
Okay. How do you select the price of the art?
That was the hardest thing.
Really?
They said, I called Mr. Hampton about that. He told me to get the book, The Business of Art, and I did. And it suggests that you raise your paintings by 10% every year.
Okay.
And then you price them based on what you put into them. And so if I have a painting for $2,500 and it doesn't sell, I'm going to be okay.
Okay.
Because I'm not giving it away.
Sure.
It takes a lot to paint. It takes a lot to put in your ideals, your imagination, your creativity. And I've had I had a piece sell for $2,500.
Wow. Okay.
And to some artists, that might not be much. For me, that was the first time I had a piece sell that high. And I got what I asked for it.
That's great.
And so this piece was priced at, I think it was priced at $2,000 at the time. It'll be much higher now.
Okay. How long did it take you to create this piece?
I did that painting probably in less than an hour.
You're kidding me.
I was in a studio setting. I knew what I wanted to do, and it didn't take that long.
That's wonderful. Darnell Malone is our guest, and we're talking about art, a wonderful creation, all colors coming up in January, and we'll be talking after this to talk about that.
It takes many partners to operate New Life Evangelistic Center. We're a large ministry operating and serving so many people all throughout Missouri. And so we appreciate so much Bernie Hayes and his many years of dedicated service to people who are experiencing homelessness all throughout Missouri. But we need people like you to partner with Bernie Hayes and with New Life Evangelistic Center to make a real impact in the lives of people who are hurting now. In a very practical way, you are being the hands and feet of Christ in the streets of St. Louis and Springfield, Missouri, and beyond. So I want to thank everyone who is partnering with New Life Evangelistic Center. I want to challenge you to get involved today for the glory of God and the good of others in our community. Thank you so much. And God bless those who are making a big impact on the lives of hurting people.
And our Black History subject for today is James Edwards, one of the first African-American actors to receive critical acclaim. He was born in Muncie, Indiana in 1918. He majored in psychology at Knoxville College in Tennessee and continued his education at Northwestern University, where he received a master's degree in drama. Edwards made his mark on New York stage in the play Deep Are the Roots and his screen debut as a young prizefighter in the 1949 movie The Setup. The same year, Edwards appeared as the leading man in Home of the Brave, Hollywood's first post-war movie with racial prejudice as a central theme. He went on to appear in more than 30 subsequent films and freelancing as a writer at Formation Motion Picture Studios. His final film, Patton, opposite George C. Scott, was released the same year of his death. Edwards died of a massive heart attack in 1970 at the age of 51. He was posthumously inducted into the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame in February of 1980. James Edwards.
2 Timothy 1, verse 10.
But it has now been revealed through the appearing of our Savior, Jesus Christ, who has destroyed death and has brought life and immortality to light through the gospel. Welcome back. My name is Bernie Hayes, and my guest is Darnell Malone. We also had Robert Powell, portfolio here earlier. And Darnell, when does the All Colors review come again? When is the art exhibit?
It's going to be January 9th.
January 9th.
It starts.
Okay.
And that's also the opening reception.
Okay. How many pieces will you have in there?
2.
Okay. Do you know how many pieces that Robert Powell has curated for this exhibit? Approximately how many?
Probably 40 or better.
Mm-hmm. So what's the thrill of going to an art exhibit like this, in your opinion?
You're meeting other artists.
Mm-hmm.
You're meeting, you're meeting the patrons.
Okay.
The art patrons. And I like when they see things in my paintings that I didn't put in there.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's what makes it fun, because that's their imagination.
Sure.
But you meet other artists, you meet different patrons almost every year, and it's exciting.
What's the longest time you had to spend on a piece?
When I did Music Box number 15 Anthem,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing worse than miscounting your stars. And then I had to recapture that same dark blue color and start painting stars
My
all
goodness.
over again.
Yeah.
Then I realized that I had left out a stripe.
Wow.
So I had to go back in there and redo that too. So
Oh, one stripe.
yeah,
Oh. What's that pin you're wearing on you?
that's my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. And yesterday was our Founders Day, 119 years.
Robert Powell is also a member of A5.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I met Powell, I was over on Delmar, and I always recognized that building. I knew it was an art gallery, so
Sure.
I went in there to check it out. And then I seen a brother coming down the stairs that I knew. He asked me, "Did you know Powell was a brother?" I said, "No, I didn't." And we dapped up, and I told Powell, I think that was in 2000. Just because we're in the same frat, if my paintings aren't worthy of being hung, don't hang them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in probably 14 or 16 or 17 exhibits through Portfolio Gallery.
That's wonderful. Portfolio has done so much for so many people.
Yes.
And, tell us once again about what's coming up in January the 9th.
That's the All Colors exhibit at St. Louis Artists Guild.
Mm-hmm.
It should be nice.
On Jackson
It's on Jackson
and Forsyth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right on the corner. And there's a parking lot. When you first come up on the building, it's probably best to park there. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be nice.
And it's free.
Yes.
This is what's so amazing about this. And Robert does so many different things. And but this is a free exhibit every other year, and it's at the same place. The last two exhibits I know. So it should be exciting to everybody who's participating.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. Some of the artists you haven't seen them in a year. You might keep in touch with them, but then you'll get a chance to reunite with them. Mm-hmm. And I like the interest that the art patrons have in the work, and how many come to that exhibit. Mm-hmm. They probably look forward to it.
Darnell Malone, any of your students active in these galleries?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I run into my former students sometime, but I don't know if they're active.
I understand.
Well, I know they're good at. Some are so great. Some are great artists, and I'm sure they're still producing work.
I'm sure.
But you just got to go out there and meet the right people, go to the right venues to see how to get your work out there.
Thank you so much for being my guest today. Thank you and Robert Powell. And I know this All Colors will be successful again this year.
Yeah, we expect to see you there.
Okay. And I'm Bernie Hayes, and have a good day. And thank you for supporting the New Life Evangelistic Center. Till next time, have a great day.